There's Rise and Light Warriors. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Light Warriors Oracle, and if you're returning, as always, thank you so much. Please pardon the noise in the background. There's construction work going on the other side of the neighborhood, and it's quite loud. So today's download basically said that you carry a sacred purpose for humanity, just like Yeshua. Whoever you are, you have a mission, you have a purpose that is very similar to what was the purpose of Yeshua, a very sacred mission that involves humanity. 1 second, guys. All that this purpose is about is to bring some kind of enlightenment and awakening, and also I'm hearing liberation to humanity. And what was coming through was that Yeshua in the Bible, in the Christian Bible, in the Council of Nicaea's refined version of the Bible, is depicted as somebody that was, of this very light energy and very humble energy. But the truth is that Yeshua was a rebel. The truth is that Yeshua was a rebel since he was young. The truth is that Yeshua was a warrior spirit. The mission that he carried wasn't a mission that he accomplished, or a mission that he did by just preaching love and light, or by just trying to lead people to this notion of what love and light is supposed to be. It was a mission that came with radical awakening. It was a mission that came with uprooting the old systems, or trying to uproot the old systems. Contrary to what a lot of Christians think now, Yeshua was not in support of the church. As a matter of fact, Yeshua was against the church. Yeshua was against the establishment that called itself the church. Yeshua was against the rulership that established the church, because he could see how the church was just a way to manipulate people, and that what they truly preached, which was the love of God, was not true. And that is why Yeshua spoke to the people, or tried to awaken humanity about the dangers of the way that the church was guiding them. This is why when Yeshua went to the church and realized that people were being allowed to sell at the churches and use the church for business, he was so appalled that he literally caused chaos and caused commotion to let the people know that this was wrong. When he realized how the church was discriminating against the poor, discriminating against the women, discriminating against the weak and the sick, he brought the awareness to people that that was not the way of the Most High God. Whoever I'm speaking to, you have a very similar mission. The main thing that your mission is meant to do is to awaken humanity. Not just to awaken them, but to enlighten them. Yeshua's mission was not just to preach the gospel. It was to enlighten them also. That's why he would heal people, and he would teach people that this healing I do, you can also do it if you are devoted to the Most High's way. Yeshua's preaching and Yeshua's lifestyle was to bring that enlightenment to humanity of who we were supposed to be and who we could be. That's why he spoke of us being what? Of God. All of us being the children of God. All of us being loved by God. Whereas the church preached that some people were not worthy of God's love. That some people were not worthy of God's grace. So I feel like whoever you are, there's a mission on your heart, or there's a word on your heart that you want to preach to the masses. Whoever you are, you could actually be some kind of a preacher, or you may have wanted to be a preacher, but somehow you don't resonate with the church system, and you don't see how you can merge your spirituality with being a preacher. And 0404 on the timer. My message for you today is that your mission is going to allow it to happen. Who you are is very uniquely made, because just like Yeshua, you are meant to be that bridge in between. You are not meant to be this traditional kind of church preacher, and you are not meant to be this traditional kind of teacher or spiritual guide where it's all about love and light. It's about radical awakening, and that awakening, after that awakening, you bring that enlightenment. So the enlightenment part is the part where you now become what? A spiritualist, a guide, a shaman, a herbalist, a healer. Okay, and the awakening part is where you do the preaching. You are a preacher, and you awaken people to the true word of the Most High, the true word of God, the true teachings of the Most High. Somebody, I'm getting, you may have been researching the the Torah, the Quran, and also other esoteric books, including like the book of Enoch. I feel like you're researching some of the lost books of the Bible, the books that were taken from the Bible, and also esoteric books like the Torah, because it's like you're being guided to have this profound understanding, or to be able to connect certain dots so that you can bring this profound understanding to the rest of humanity. There's something within how you would deliver these messages that is just going to be like Yeshua. It's like for some of you, you're going to have a congregation of people gather around you when you start to speak or preach. Or some of you may have been thinking of just sitting with people and just sharing the word that comes on your heart. Some of you may have been thinking of starting a YouTube channel. If you haven't started already, this is your sign to start today. It doesn't matter if you're not ready with certain things. You can just start by recording the messages that you're being guided to share. That is the first step. You can start by recording it. If you feel like you haven't found your voice yet, you can start by writing it down. You can start by writing them down in points. You can have a notebook where you write all the different messages and you write the point or the various downloads that come under those messages. But the time for you to start to share is now, because who you are and who you are becoming, or who you've become, it's for a very special reason. Just like Yeshua, it is to help humanity. This is part of your sacred purpose. Your sacred purpose involves humanity. Who Yeshua was, that was for humanity. Who he became was so he could carry out his purpose. The lost life of Yeshua in the Bible, the part where Yeshua's life is not accounted for till like 12 or after 12, was because of what he was doing in that time. I'm hearing the Bhagavad Gita. I don't know the exact word, but I think it's also an esoteric book. And when you research into various esoteric books, and I feel like that is why it's saying you're going to connect some dots. You're going to be able to trace the link of where he was and what some of the things that he was doing in that time that nothing was recorded of him in the Bible. Because he was out studying. I'm hearing the Himalayas. He was out studying in India, in the mountains, the Himalayan mountains. He was out studying esoteric knowledge, studying about nature, studying Reiki, the various things that he was using, or he would use eventually to help humanity, to guide people. Some of these things I feel like some of you are being called to do, because some of you, it's going to go beyond just preaching. That's what I was saying. It's like you are a unique bridge. You are like a bridge. There's something so unique about how you're going to be doing this work, how you're going to be carrying out this purpose. It's not going to be just about the preaching. The enlightenment part is going to be where your spirituality, the you as a healer and a shaman, comes in, just like Yeshua. There was the part of Yeshua as a preacher and a teacher, where he did the preaching, where he taught people, where he guided people, where he shared the word of the Most High with people. And then there was the part of him that was the shaman and the healer, the spiritualist, where he healed people, where he did miracles, where he performed all these like miraculous healing things, where he brought things together to heal people, where he enlightened people of how to heal themselves also. There's like through Reiki, channeling the universal life force within and activating it in the next person to what? Have them heal, to help them heal. There's a lot of There's a lot of what Yeshua was. There's a lot of the life of Yeshua that was not recorded, because it involved certain miraculous things that he did and taught people how to do, or explained to people how it was done. Because you have to remember also, a lot of what the Bible was, a lot of what the Bible is, how the Bible was made, was to sieve it and just leave the part of it that were digestible to people, or the part of it that the church could use to still control people. If people were to know a lot of the things that they hid from the Bible, a lot of the part of the Bible that were taken out, a lot of people would understand why they have a direct connection to the Most High, a direct link to source, why they are powerful beings beyond what they know of themselves. And I feel like part of your mission, part of your purpose, is to guide people to this awareness. is to guide people to this knowing. So I feel like for whoever this message is for, you may have gone through a period or are still going through a period of trying to figure out where exactly you stand, or how exactly to put your messages out, how exactly to carry out your purpose, how exactly to carry out this mission. And this message is coming through 1, 2, 3 on the timer. And this message is coming through to say that how you are feeling it is exactly how you're needing to carry it out. The ways that you sense, the ways that you feel, how you feel called to put certain things out, how you feel called to call certain things out. That's exactly how you're meant to carry out this purpose, because just like Yeshua, you are a controversial being. You are a controversial being. But that's because you are able to see into all these things. You're able to see behind the veil. You're able to see into the loopholes of what all these systems are, of what all these organized systems are. All these organized systems are. When you look into things, you don't just see them, just like face value. Okay? You see them for what they truly are. And I'm being shown a tiger's eye. Okay? So for some of you, you need to use a tiger's eye. It's going to help. Maybe wear a tiger's eye bracelet, or meditate with tiger's eye. Or when you're feeling called to deliver a specific message, use tiger's eye, like hold tiger's eye to deliver the message. Tiger's eye helps with courage, with confidence. It will help you to become more bold, to become more assertive. Tiger's eye is also connected to the solar plexus. It's going to help you tap into your internal power, to help you to deliver these messages without care, without concern of being judged, or being afraid of what you might say wrong. Because I feel like that's another thing. Whoever you are needing to understand that there's no wrong way to deliver your message. 12:12 on the timer. There is no wrong way to deliver your message. The way you've been called to deliver the message, the way you've been called to share these messages, there is no wrong way to deliver it. All you need to do is to let it out. Because again, you carry a sacred purpose for humanity, just like Yeshua. Just like Yeshua would sit down and start to deliver the message or start to talk to people, and then the next thing you know, a crowd gathers around him. That will be like you. For some of you, this is going to be how it is. You will sit down to speak to a few people, and then the next thing you know, they decide to sit and listen in. And then the next thing you know, people want to hear more. People want to listen to your knowledge, because it's going to be this profound understanding that you're going to bring them. You're not going to be telling people, oh, don't follow God. Oh, the church is this thing about. You are going to be giving them the fact. You're going to be giving them the enlightenment that they need to empower themselves, where now they can follow the Most High's word, but from a place of truth, internal truth, inner truth. Because a lot of Christians, for instance, live under fear. Their faith is based on fear. Their faith is not based on belief. Their faith is based on fear. And what you're going to do is teach people how to hold on that faith based on belief, how to really believe not just the Most High, but themselves, how to really understand that they themselves are like a piece of the Most High, that they were made in the image of the Most High, and as such, they are mighty, they are powerful, they are great. And also this energy of people feeling unworthy because the church has made people feel like they are unworthy of God's love, unworthy of God's grace, unworthy to sit in God's presence because they're sinners and all those things. You are going to be teaching people, 144 on the timer, you are going to be teaching people that it is not so. That as a matter of fact, because of who you are is why you need to get even closer to the Most High. 14:14 on the timer is why the Most High even needs you the most, even loves you the most. Because this is part of your sacred purpose. This is part of your sacred purpose. And for whoever you are, I am so grateful for your life, because I feel like you have no idea who you're going to be to the society. The change and the transformation that you're going to bring to people, the positivity that you're going to sow amongst people in the society. You understand? 1444 on the timer. 444 on the timer. So if you're feeling called to share your messages, again, if you haven't found your voice, start to write them down, record them when you're ready, because this is part of your sacred purpose.